Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Hope Without Sight with your host, Sailor Cooper, and
This is Tyler Evans.
for episode 23 with Tami. I'm sorry, what's your last name?
Jaffe.
Yeah, Tami Chassie. Welcome to Hope Without Sight. How have you been enjoying Potapalooza so far?
Oh, it's been so much fun. I love being able to just have this day where we're all just podcasting. It's so much fun.
It is so much fun, yes. It's a lot of fun. I've gotten a lot of valuable information. We did have to do some swapping around because I was supposed to interview Justine and she was late. So I came in the room and I couldn't record, and so we had to fix that. Now I'm back. So yeah, welcome. But so I'm sure you have a story of overcoming challenges in life, right? Because you were in corporate America for 20 years, and now you're an entrepreneur, and you're teaching others how to be entrepreneurs to replace their income. So, without further ado, take it away. The floor is all yours.
Oh, thank you, Sailor and Taylor. It's great being here with you guys. So I spent 20 plus years in corporate. I won't age myself too much, but got to a point in my career where I felt like I hit a glass ceiling. I felt like I had lost control of my career. And, I always thought I was on this trajectory just to keep moving up and got to a point where I was like, there's got to be something better. There's got to be something different. And I wanted to help people in a bigger way. And so I'm sure you have all been at that place where you have to just kind of stop and reassess, right? It's like, you thought your life was going to go one way and all of a sudden things are changing. And now you've got to look at things from a different perspective, look at things in a different way. And one of the things I always say is, when you get to that point, you do have to stop, because it's like, I grew up on a farm in Michigan and we used to ride our three-wheelers. And when it was really dry in the fields, we would do these 360s and the dust would start flying up around us and it just create this big cloud of dust. And we knew we had to stop because we got to a point where we couldn't see anything. And if we went one way, we would end up in a ditch. And we went the other way, we'd end up in a pond. And we didn't want to dig ourselves out of either of those.
No.
So that's what it's like when you're spinning. That's what it's like when you're trying to figure something out and you don't have the answers. It's like you have this cloud of dust around you that is just creating this fog and you can't really see where to go. And you have two options. You can stop and let the dust settle so that you can actually see clearly to get to where you want to go, or you need to find someone who has been there before, who can see above that, who can give you the directions and help you get there faster.
Very true and very well said. That makes sense. I can't agree with you more. And I can agree, like in corporate America, you can only go so far. Entrepreneurship, you have an unlimited potential. And Tyler, you and I, we discussed about this. Isn't that true?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And so, what do you do specifically in entrepreneurship, and what do you teach others to do?
Yeah, so I help people going from being employees to entrepreneurs, and not just replace their income, but exceed it. Because like you said, there is no limit when you're an entrepreneur. When you are working for someone else, there is a limit of where you can go and how much you can make. And so in entrepreneurship, that scale shifts, but you have to know what to do at the right time to get there faster and to get there in a more efficient way, and to make sure you have the foundations in place. So I hope people, as they're putting the foundations in place in their business, to really get clear on what they are doing, who they are helping, how they are helping people, and getting their messaging really clear, building out their programs that are going to help them convert, help them have amazing sales conversations so they don't feel like a sleazy car salesman. Because I've noticed that that is one of the challenges that people have when they are leaving employership. Like, it's like they don't want to sell. And
yeah,
so
sales is tough.
yes.
Yeah,
It
and it's tough because especially it's hard to convince prospects why they should buy something, you know.
Yeah. And if you don't know, if you feel like you're trying to sell yourself, then that becomes a conflict. And I think that's where too many people are like, oh, but I've got to sell myself. And you're not selling yourself. You're selling people the time that you can save them. You're selling them the money that you can save them. You're selling them what service or product that you have that's going to help them do something better, do something quicker, do something more efficiently. And so it's not about trying to sell yourself. It's about being of service by showing them how you can help them, showing them how you can make their life and in their businesses even run more efficiently, or whatever it is you provide to them, so that they can have a bigger impact, so that they can do the things that they want to do and break through their blocks that they have in their way.
For sure, yes, for sure. And you see, I'm in the process of trying to figure out entrepreneurship, how to monetize this podcast. I'm in
Mm-hmm.
the podcasting for Partners Blueprint with Chuck and Michelle, and they're teaching me all these business models. And honestly, I'm new to them, so I guess it's expected. I don't quite understand everything yet, but I know I'm gonna figure it out.
Yeah, and you make a great point. It may be confusing, and you may not understand all of it from the beginning, but when you keep chipping away at it little by little, and you're listening to the experts who have been doing it before and can give you that step-by-step direction, it becomes more clear. And then you start to get the progress and you start to get the momentum in your business.
For sure, yes. Yes. So, uh, what have been your successes throughout this journey? Like, uh, all your people you've taught to become from employees to entrepreneurs, what ways are they making a difference in the world now?
Oh, I love that question. So, yeah, they're making a difference by serving and giving people the expertise that they have. And so, I have clients in lots of different realms. I have coaches, I have consultants, I have a lot of accountants. I think that's because of my recovering CPA background. Um, I've worked with, my husband's a chiropractor, and I worked with some chiropractors and doctors and helping them in their businesses. But I think, the common thing is helping them to overcome their fears, their doubts, and putting themselves out there in a new way, helping them shift their mindsets so that they can step into entrepreneurship and be strong. I was just talking to one of my clients just before we got on this call, and one of the things we were talking about was we were looking at her numbers and where she's at, and she was sharing with me where I asked them, like, okay, what were your numbers for the last couple of months? Because as a business coach, it's very important that I understand her numbers so I can help her in another way and help her increase that, because that's her goal. And when she told me what she had hit in the last 2 months, I stopped and I went back and looked, and I knew she had way over hit her goal for the year. But I went back and looked at the first time I had met her, which was over a year prior. And she didn't start working with me for a few months after that. And so I'd only been working with her for about 6 months. And I said, do you realize you just 10x'd your business?
Yeah. Wow.
And it hadn't even hit her that she just had 2 months in a row where she had 10x'd where she had been the prior year.
So she
And
made
that's
a ton of more money.
a ton of more money, because when you put those foundations in place, when you do the right things, you can do it quickly.
And maybe, I don't know, if you don't mind, you can partner up with us as well. Please feel free to send me an email, because I put my contact
Absolutely.
information in the chat.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I'd
so
love to.
maybe you could help us scale our business, right, Tyler? What do you say?
Absolutely. I mean, I have ideas on how we can make money too, but
Yeah, Tyler and I were just talking while you were trying to go get your recording access. So I'd love to chat with you guys more too and take a look at
absolutely.
what you're doing and how you can help monetize.
Yeah. And
That'd be
so,
great.
Tyler, what ideas have you told her?
Well, sponsorships is one big thing, particularly, in talk radio, you know how they say this broadcast is sponsored by blank.
Mhm.
And then they promote the product.
For sure.
Yeah.
And then of course, what else? Sponsorships is a big one. In fact, it's probably the main one that radio has.
Sponsorship. Yeah, it's a great point, Tyler. I mean, sponsorships are definitely something with podcasting that can make a big difference. And so there's a few different types of sponsorships that you can have. You can have a sponsorship where people pay to be on your show, and that's what's called a sponsorship. You can have sponsors who actually pay to support your show, right? They help to sponsor your show. You can have, we were talking briefly about affiliates and
Yep.
have becoming affiliates for different, it could be different types of programs, like, there's apps and things out there that you can become affiliates of that you can help promote on the show. There's other types of businesses that will pay you to just advertise for them on the show, and you can have an affiliate link. So you're not just making money from the sponsorship they're paying you, but you're making money on the back end as well when people then click on your affiliate link in the show notes. So it takes them to a place where they can reach out to that person or that product, and they use those services. So there's lots of great ways to do it.
Yeah, I'm in the process. I set up a Patreon account for different members and organizations to sponsor our show, the Hopeful Outside show. And we just need to figure out ways to get people onboarded,
Well, one thing I think we could do, we could contact organizations we already know.
Yeah.
And ask them if they'd be an interested partner.
For sure. Yes.
Absolutely, Tyler. That was so good. Like,
yeah,
I always tell people to start with who you know and start with your own network, because
exactly.
Yeah, 99.9% of businesses start with the people in their network. And it's not even, it might be directly those people, but it may be the people that they know. So some of the things you can do in reaching out is like, hey, who do you know that might be interested in sponsoring our show? Who do you know who has a story to tell that could come share in our show? So it's not always that direct person, but maybe someone else that they know too.
For sure, yes.
Well, we were also talking about how we have a couple of people helping with us also, and they're really good, and they do golf tournaments and stuff sometimes. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
sure.
absolutely.
And they help us financially too.
That's great.
Yeah, and but I'm really enjoying this Podpalooza event. I'm so glad I got to know Kimberly and Michelle, and because there's a big group of people here from a diverse landscape. How you say it? There's coaches, authors, solopreneurs. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, it's great meeting new people and making those connections and being able to support each other.
Yeah.
And that's what we need in the entrepreneur world. We need to be able to support each other and help each other along the way.
That's
and
right.
Also we have a radio station online, realvarietyradio.com.
That's right. It's on the air 24/7.
And we're hoping to get sponsors through that too.
Yes.
Excellent.
And other stuff.
Yeah, I love it.
Affiliates. Yeah.
Congratulations, you guys, on getting all of this going, because it's not easy, right? Like, you got to put yourself out there. Yeah. So yes, high five.
All right.
Do you have anything else to share, or should we wrap up with conclusions? Because guess what? I'll be speaking on the main stage pretty soon here.
Oh, can't wait. Can't wait. It's going to be awesome. Yeah, I'll just share. I have a free gift I can share with the audience, if that's all right.
Sure. What gift is it?
It is the Corporate to Cash Jumpstart Kit. And so this is for those of you who are wanting to go from employees to entrepreneurs, or you've already made that leap, but you're just not getting consistent income. This is the kit that's going to help you get a jumpstart on your business, your clients, your strategy, and understanding your numbers so that you can hit your goals. So you can get that at the jumpstartkit.com.
The jumpstartkit.com. Sure, yes.
Yep.
All right. So we like to wrap up with a customary ending if you don't have anything else. To anybody who's struggling now, what advice would you give them?
Take that time to just stop and reflect, and then get really clear on what you want, and don't be afraid to go out and ask for it.
That's
There you go.
some good advice there. Amen. Well, Tyler, do you have any other questions for a guest?
So what will this kit entail? Is it just a guide?
Yeah, it's going to give you some tools to really understand how to get a jumpstart on your clients, how to get a jumpstart on your numbers and your goals, and how to get a jumpstart on the strategy and what strategies you should be using at this phase of your business.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm throwing out some information right now.
All right.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Awesome.
sweet.
Well, Tami, it was so great having you on Hope Without Sight.
Yes, I love the name of your podcast. I love what this is, because I think any transition you want to make in your life is that hope without sight, right? Like you have to believe
Thank you.
before you jump out.
Yes.
You know what I would also say?
Yeah.
Hope without sight goes way deeper than just hope without vision.
Mhm.
It's about sometimes in life you can't see what's ahead, but you keep pressing forward because you have faith that things will get better in the future, even though it may not seem like that.
That's
Yes.
right.
There you go.
Absolutely. You've got to believe in yourself, believe in what you want, and then go after it for sure. I love that.
Well, I do, but ultimately I believe in Christ. That's what I
Yes.
believe in.
Absolutely.
And then he's
There
gonna
guiding us.
call me to a mission, and he already has. It's this.
Mm-hmm.
I truly believe that.
It's awesome.
So I can spread his gospel, in some small way.
Yes.
Yep.
I love it. It's
There
so
you go.
incredible when your mission aligns and you have that impact and you know you're being guided.
That's right. You're guided by the Holy Spirit, and you're guided by his word too, the
Yes.
Bible. So yeah.
That's right.
I know it's
Absolutely.
kind of churchy, but
All right.
yeah. But anyway, well, it was good to have you on the podcast, Tami.
Thank
Well,
you,
give it
Tyler.
up
It's been
for-
great talking to you.
Give it up for Tami Chassis, everybody.
Thank you, guys. Great being here.
Thanks. Have a great day, everybody. We hope you feel renewed, inspired, and encouraged, like you can just carry on and conquer the world.
Please hit the subscribe button on all platforms and tell your friends and family to do the same.
Blessings to all.